I guarantee this is gonna be the strangest start to a stream I've done. Because this is the most hacked together version of a stream I've done in quite some time. Oh, hey, my phone is just turned on saying, hey, you've gone live. Oh, there's an ad. There's an ad on the thing that I would be watching because I'm not logged in on there. Because it's too much of a pain in the ass to look up my own password. Like, I use a password manager. Oh, also, yeah, I've got drinks. Don't worry about it. It's too much of a pain in the ass to use a password manager so I don't have the pre-roll ad on my own computer, what I'm using to monitor the stream. Anyway. There, yeah, I'm on the stream. Okay, I can see myself. Welcome to what is quite easily the most jank-ass stream I have ever done. There we go. Hi, Gunslinger! So, for people who don't know, most people probably do, I've been talking about this for months, I bought an arcade machine. I went through all this effort to mount this thing, but now I want to walk with it. Good thing it's wireless. Ah! Look at this garage. Wow, what a cool place that is. I bought this video game machine, which is a Pump It Up Fiesta X TX cabinet model dancing game. And it kind of came in this weird half crated situation. I'm trying to make sure that I've framed the camera right. The stream that I'm watching as of the program feed, very good by the way. Several seconds behind. So, not even being very valuable here. Anyway, just to start things off, tools that I have on hand while I wait for the stream to catch up to me. I've got gloves. I want to be safe. Yeah, it looks pretty good on the stream feed. Don't want to hurt myself, because there's nails on these things. I got pry bar. I actually got a couple pry bars. Fun story, when the guy wanted to bring this up into the house, they didn't have, I had like a lip that they had to get over in order to get up to there. And they didn't have anything to get over the lip. So I broke off one of these using the pry bar so that they could get it up. But now I don't know what happened to the other pry bars that were part of that same kit. I was ripping it out of there fast. We'll find out if I need it. So, basic plan. I'm gonna take off all these slats on here and here. On the underside, there is still like a pallet. So I'm gonna have to, I actually don't know yet how I'm gonna get it off of that. I might just kind of wing it and just kind of push it off gently, and hope that the wheels that are on the bottom of this machine touch. Get all this plastic off. Get the plastic off on that. Push this into position once I get it onto the ground, into the wall over there. Unpack these dance pads, connect them together, and then maybe, I mean, I'm really glossing over stuff, but that's the general plan. I don't know, I'm very excited. I've never bought an arcade machine, so I'm having a hard time even formulating sentences right now. Bandsaw? No. Bandsaw would be a terrible idea, Gunslinger. I can't believe you would say such a thing. Like, bandsaw! Though, I might need tool number 2 here, a hammer. Because I am having a heck of a time even getting this started. And I'm gonna do my best to keep an eye on chat, but chat is over there somewhere. So if I'm slow, I apologize. I've never done a stream that was live like this in this kind of situation, so it's bound to be a little bit jank. Oh, nails. Actually, they're more like really long staples, but they scare me. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear a lot of breathing. I'm trying my best, but I am gonna be like hammering on this. Love a wood noise. I destroy it. Hopefully it's not too loud. I didn't think about this when I got the microphone. It should go through a compressor, so it shouldn't get too wild, but we'll find out. This one is not coming off cleanly because it is made up of multiple pieces of wood for whatever reason. I might have to just, I'm gonna start from this side. I think that's the ticket. And just be sure to let me know if like any noises get too wild or anything like that. Sound levels are shockingly okay, that's good to know. Excellent, perfect. I'm glad that it worked out that way for the Twitch chat location. I try to think of those kinds of things, but it's hard to know if it works out because I can't actually monitor the program feed. I am only looking at my severely delayed stream as a viewer would look at it. All right, I think I can get like this in here. Look at this. Look at this. This wood was made of other wood. This was not even put together. I'm trying to put all the dangerous bits of wood together, way off to the side. I'm not gonna bleed. I don't, safety goggles. Don't need those. No, I do have them, but I don't think I'm gonna need them. But gloves, I got. I don't wanna hurt myself. I'm trying to be at least a little safe. He says as wood is tearing next to him. I think once I get off a few of these, the rest will come off much easier. That's what I'm banking on. I'll be able to start wrenching them off by hand. Yeah, that's a whole side. I've got like a little house now. I mean, there's something in it, but it's like a little house now. All right, back side. Actually, no, I've got that top one I guess I could get at. No, I can't. I thought I could. But there's not the same little layer of something I can get at up there. There it is. That's a lip. Uh-huh. Ooh. Just sitting here, prying. Look at that, pro moves. Promotion on my chat. See, this is the problem. I'm not sitting in the right spot. I can't delete that instantly. Thanks for not having to help me. Yeah, fucking, I'm ripped as hell. I am surprised this managed to make it all the way from China. Like, I know I got rid of some of the structural integrity here, but it's pretty wibbly wobbly. There's also a couple of gashes in the backside of this that make me a little nervous. I don't know what may have happened in shipping, but I'll find out. That's what I'm afraid of. My actual fear here is that I'm gonna get this all taken apart, right? And then I'm gonna get in there and it's gonna be like, beat the shit. It did. It did have to come a long way. All right, let's see if I can get this back off a little bit. This is the hardest game I've ever played on stream. I'm still on camera, it looks like, so that's good. Oh. A buzzsaw? I ain't got a buzzsaw. What do you think I am? Some guy with dad arms? Zoom in, I I mean, you can guess in your head what may have happened, but I'm afraid. Dang, that is resisting me. Hooray! Should I start doing that every time I pull off a piece of wood? Just start yelling hooray? Oh, it's real wobbly. What? I want to do it the hard way. What's the easy way? You punched a hole in this box? Well, wait, it's not you. You said it guaranteed, so it's fine. Use the saw? No, I don't think I could. This wood is weird. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of using the saw on this. Like, once I get 2 of the sides off, I think I'll be fine after that. Like, I just need to get 2 of the sides off. And I thought you wanted to use this wood, Sam. If I sit there and saw at it like a maniac. I don't think that would do me any good. It is on a pallet, yes. It is also kind of shitty. Oh, that sounds like a challenge. I bet I can make this pry bar make it. I believe in this little guy. I don't know. Sounds like a lot of people think that they know more about prying wood than me, somebody who's never pried wood before. That's all right. It just takes a couple more of those. Maybe I should have used the bar. Oh! Look at that! What if I just hulk it and rip it off? Ooh. Sharp staples in there, gotta be careful. This is how I die, by the way. It's not from pry bar, it's from accidentally stabbing myself with staples off of this thing. What's happening over there in the chat? Something green door. Sorry, I gotta take a second to breathe. Mad shit talking. Nah, I know that. That's normal. That is standard operating procedure. That's no way to handle my life. I was gonna try to rip that. I thought I could do it. That ain't no way to live. I am going to go off on this side where you can't see me anymore. I feel like I'm maybe 2 or 3 of these away from just being able to take this whole thing right off. Because like once I get enough of it loosey-goosey like this. Thanks. I tried this mic. Ooh, sorry. And when I was messing around with the mic, I was like, wow, this is shockingly okay for what I'm doing with it. Sorry. Oh yeah, acoustically treated garage in here, by the way. I keep forgetting where the camera is because I have to look there for chat, and there's camera. Okay. I'm just feeling it out. Just feeling what's happening here with this crate that is partially crated. Okay. I have taken enough time to recuperate myself. I think it's time for Tiny Bar to make a comeback. Yeah, I gotta look for like the little red circles on there and then hit it with my hammer. But I have to hit it like 3 times and then it'll come off. And then it'll start flashing. And when it's flashing, that's when I have to swing really hard to do the most damage. Okay, I see a weak point right about there. Get the hammer in. And then the other side just exploded. I don't think this wood is very good, is the problem. I think this wood might be quite bad. Or maybe I don't know enough about wood. Maybe this is actually like really good wood, and I'm the one who's an idiot. I don't know. Top bit seems is really gonna be annoying unless he slides it out. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. All right, corner, pop, pop. I'm getting good at this. Pry, get hammer in, pry rest of the way. Or hammer the shit out of it until it explodes, one or the other. What y'all can't see is what's happening on this side right now. It is just kind of separated off completely on its own. There's, it is a miracle this actually traveled, seemingly. As soon as I moved a couple of these bars, it is not even holding itself on anymore. Huh. Trying to figure out where to go next with this. Arcade machine hype? Hype train? Why would you do this to me with your subscriptions and things? I can't even see the subscriptions when they happen. God damn it. Coolest shit happening. I'm over here looking at walls and banging with hammers and stuff. Dang. Okay. I think I'm formulating a plan here. Like a legitimate one. And the plan is, no, I don't have one. I thought I did. I'm actually still hyped, like legitimately, just because, arcade machine. But then also, it's like when somebody gets you, like they give you like $100 inside of a puzzle cube or something, and you're like, how do I get it out? I'm still working on the how to get it out bit. All right, let's bang over here for a bit. It's just gotta be one piece of wood at a time. Oh, also, I did see the PD, you talk about how I've got this taped on. There's a reason for that. Because originally I was gonna use a lav mic taped to the inside of my shirt to hide the microphone. The lav mic decided to have a problem today in that I don't know, something with the cord. Maybe I bent it too much or something. It stopped working. And I was like, fuck, what do I do? Because I'm wearing a shirt. It doesn't have anything to clip it to, really. And when I messed around with clipping it, it kept falling off. So I just used the tape I originally got to hold the microphone on the inside of the shirt. And now I'm holding it to the outside of the shirt instead. That's what I'm doing. Still hyping it up. The hell, man. Oh, Jesus, there are so many nails. I've got to cross. I don't know how that happened. Don't tell anybody. Jeebus is inside of this arcade machine. Okay. I've really only got one corner left that's holding. And it's this stupid one. Maybe? Oh, no, you can't see this. It's not. There's nothing holding this side on. It's just loose. So it's these two that are still holding on for dear life. So, let's get those up. I might have to open up the garage door. And then the neighbors are gonna see what I'm doing. And they're gonna be, what the hell are you doing? Ain't no one's gonna know. All right, get the hammer in. If I get crushed to death from the wood falling on me, I want people to let people know that I died doing what I love. And it's being crushed to death by wood. So what I've always wanted. Come on, you son of a bitch. Once I get this top bit off of wood, oh shit. I'm gonna take a second to recuperate and drink and look at chat and stuff. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. I'm just breaking it now. So close. There's just this one little bit that's still holding. Come on, buddy. Oh, I can see the pallet. I can see the wood at the bottom. Okay. That was good. That was actually, believe it or not, a good sound. Okay. 1 second. Here's my battle plan. Well, maybe I don't have to do it. I was gonna open the garage door, and just to confound my neighbors, I was gonna just pick this up and throw it out there. Because that would be convenient. Unfortunately, maybe that's not the best idea. Oh no, there's still one little bit holding on. You hate to see it. There it is. Maybe I can spider walk it towards chat. Let y'all deal with this. Oh, come on. That's just 400 pounds. No big deal. I just want to brag about how super strong and cool I am. What is it stuck on? This thing should be walking right out. Yeah, I think I still need to go and show this to the neighbors. Limbo 2 would be a much easier thing. Quick, make sure you can't see my license plate. Oh God. Somebody's gonna see that. Y'all better not dox me. Criminals, oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get underneath this Oh, good, the wood did cover it. Well, now there's extra wood covering it. Yeah. We're just gonna walk it around the lawnmower. Show off a little bit tasteful bit of, you know, abdominals. If that's what you could call them. Oh, this is hazardous. There's nothing behind me, right? Whoa. One second. We did it. I need to take a second. Really enjoy the moment. Just take a second. Neighbors out there? Well, you gotta use the gay chair. This is actually my wife's gay chair. Thank you very much. It's not actually beer. This is Imperial apple pie cider. Sorry. God, that winded me faster than I thought it was going to. Yeah, you got the right idea. Sorry, Sam. Yeah, my license plates gamers. I wanted it to take me about 25 minutes to wind me. I think that would have been better. I feel like I would have gotten more done. I made it about 23 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, this is a chair made for pizza eating. That's what that is. Okay, well, there is one thing that happened when I was flipping it. Some of those nails did come up and reveal the front side of the machine a little bit. Hopefully, it's not gonna be a problem. I have never unboxed an arcade machine. So, zero times. No, the machine is not secret. We all know what this is. We all know this is an abomination of a... No, it's a very fine Pump It Up Fiesta X cabinet in a TX Pump It Up machine. Which is one of like 5 different models they made. It's one of the newer ones. It looks sick as shit. Well, it will once I get the cardboard and plastic off of it. Fiesta EX for extreme. Although if you drop the E, it would be cooler. Okay. Yeah, don't blow up my spot. I think my spot is more blown up right now because I do have half of a crate just kind of sitting outside of my garage right now in my driveway. Another subscription. Y'all, subscribing way too much. I don't even think I've got the stream properly set up to show... It's probably playing the sounds for the subscriptions, but I don't think it's showing the animations. Which is a real bummer. I worked hard on those. Alright. Just set that, I'm gonna set that drink next to where chat lives. Perfect. As long as you can hear the dong dong, that's something at least. So I'm gonna take a second. I know this works really far away because I've done some really stupid shit when I was testing this microphone. I'm just gonna take this real quick. I'm gonna probably grab gloves. I'm gonna take this big dumb piece of wood around the corner so that it can go live on a farm upstate. And then I'll come back in and start unwrapping this. Dong dong, can't die. I don't know why I sang that. I'm All right, let's go around the corner with this. Uh-oh. My car's in the way. Damn you, car! The tremendously impractical thing to do right now would be to move my car backwards so I can get this there. But I'll skip that. I'll skip that step. The sound went off. What sound? You know, I know my car's not in the way over there, but that's also like goes into the neighbor's yard, and I don't want to do that. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just unwrap it right now. We'll get to that. How could I make this more complicated? It already seems quite complicated. What would make it slightly more complicated? Here, I'll take a second. I'm still breathing, so it's fine. I mean, I can still talk about tabletop RPGs. I removed most of the redemptions because I can't see them or hear them right now. And I wouldn't have known. Well, I don't know. What do you want me to talk about? I'll still talk about it. I love to talk tabletop RPGs. I'm gonna grab a box cutter first. You give me a topic, I'll just go nuts with it. This is actually the fun part. That wood stuff, not fun. Plastic, great time. How would I stat the Doom Mage? And what, well, if you say stat, I'm just going to assume you mean like in a D&D or a Pathfinder like. Or, would Doom Mage be an intelligence-based caster? That's a good question for myself, because I don't feel like a Doom Mage is casting with intelligence. Oh yeah, this thing's huge. You know, like, like, what physical attribute would a Doom Mage be using? If they have to drink the dew, I punched the microphone by the way, sorry. If they have to drink the dew, they might be like a weird constitution magic user. Like, their ability to endure the dew is what powers their ability. So, yeah, con. So con has to be the number one. Very important stat. I'm trying to think of what a secondary stat for the Doom Mage. And, you know, it's not gonna be charisma. Charisma is the Doom Mage's dump stat. Dew Wizard does not need charisma. Oh. Sorry, I got distracted because I saw the front of this. You all can't see the front. You can see the marquee because it's flipped over backwards. Oh, but I got to see the front. You want to see the front? Hold on, let me show you the front. Woo! Ah! Something like here. Look at that! It's got buttons! It's got the USB drives! Oh! I'm very excited. But now we have a new Dilemma Among Us. Beyond what, you know, spells a Doom Mage would have. I need to figure out how to get this off of a pallet. It's very sus. Yeah, I know I said Among Us. I have no idea. Push? Oh yeah, I've got to the point where the wheels are unlocked. I could push it off of there. It's just, like, you know, It's a pallet drop. I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt. Oh, you know what? I can't wheel it yet. You're not gonna believe it. They put things on the bottom to stop me from doing that. Dang. I have to do something before I can wheel it off. Or I can wheel it off the back? I could wheel it off the back. God, this is terrifying. What if I wheel it too bad and it just... What, something's stopping it from wheeling back too. Let's see what's happening down there. Oh, it's just this stupid piece of wood. Can I break up the pallet? Do I have a dolly I can use? I do have a dolly. I don't have a second human is the problem. And I'm gonna try without a second human before I get a second human involved. So, this is terrifying. Maybe I'll move to the pads for a little bit. I'm not gonna die. I'm a professional. Totally pro. But it will probably be easier for me to mess with the pads, and then I'll revisit how I'm gonna do this. There's also some damage on this machine, but that's life. I see that there's a chunk taken out of the bottom front. This thing has hookups in the back for external speakers, which is really neat. I didn't know that they had that. Let me show off some other things real quick while I'm here. Do I have a jack? I don't have a jack. I don't want a jack. I don't have a jack. But I got good news for everybody. It's got perfect sound. Look it down there. The sound is flawless. So you know it's gonna be good. I didn't know they would say that either. People over there talking about stuff. Don't know what's going on over there. It's like 40 degrees outside and I'm sweating real bad, so it's actually not too bad, but I do have a jacket just inside in case it gets too cold. Everyone's talking about me. I'm the coolest shit on the block. You kidding me? I got an arcade machine. But, you know, they're probably not. This one seems harder to get at than the other one I just did. This one's actually, like, put together well. Eh. Yeah. Something about working really low down makes it easier for me to accidentally fall over and die, I think. Which I don't want to do. We'd like to avoid death as long as possible. Dong dong go off on it on. You know, I'm also realizing once I get everything off, I need to clear off that wall because that's where that machine is going. Oh yeah, the follows also make dong dong happen. Don't accidentally bash the kib. I think I'm fine on that front. Like, the things inside of this thing over here, which is what I'm yanking on currently, is just metal pads. This, shockingly robust. Other than this little chunk of plastic that apparently went missing. I'm just looking at the other side, see real quick and see if anything else got whacked while it was in transport, but it looks pretty good otherwise. I mean, looks is a broad term. I also, you see this Marquee? That Marquee weighs 120 pounds. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to lift that up into position by myself, so that might be a weight for another person thing. but we'll find out, I guess. I'm almost to the point though. God. I'm almost to the point. God, another sub! Dong dongs, indeed. I'm almost to the point where I can do some goofy shit. I think I can do that now, actually. They gave me keys for the coin door on the front. And I wonder, real quick, if I get in there. Oh my God! It came with tokens. This thing came with tokens. So I'll actually be able to use tokens with it. That's fun. What else do we got? Oh, it also came with the power cord inside that cache thing. Inside of the top, I've got, looks like the operator controls. No manual in here. I was expecting a manual to come with it. Maybe in the back, which I need a key for. 1 second. Move this dolly out of the way. All right, so the back is where the computer and stuff live. I don't see any manual in here. I do have, oh, but if I'm gonna have it open, get that out of there. If I'm gonna have it open, I should have the camera over here. This was easier when I thought I was gonna handhold this camera sometimes, and now I can't. So we got, I don't know what that thing on the bottom right is. Not on glance, it almost looks like an extra subwoofer that's just kind of sitting there. We got the big power supply. We got switches for the power supply, big old capacitors. We got an I/O board for the pad in the middle there. And if we go up, that's the main computer. Look at that thing. Oh, the servos and things. If I pull that out, which I should be able to do, seems stuck though. You can get out like the video card and stuff. We got the I/O for the TV. We got the stuff for the Marquee. Oh, internals. Yeah, that's where the perfect sound lives. Exciting shit. If I can just get it off of a pallet. That is still a question. But let's put the bag back on while I'm fucking around. God, I'm excited it came with tokens. Sorry, 1 second. There it is. Totally secure and good. Put my keys back in there. Justin wants to know if he can come over. I mean, he can. Yeah, I don't know why not. Hook up a mister to that. I could hook up a mister to that, but I don't know why I would, other than it is a fuck huge TV on there. TV, a big TV. Like a 60-inch or something? I think it was like 62 inches in the spec. It's pretty big. But yeah, the only thing that would stop me from hooking anything up to it is that I need to get in there and actually see what the actual connections are like. I'm a little disappointed it didn't come with a manual, like it's supposed to. Maybe it's hidden somewhere. I don't know, I can look it up online if I need to. Yeah, it's huge, this fucker. Why do you think it weighs half a ton? I don't even think it's actually a true LCD screen. I believe that is like a giant ass CRT in there. Oh, manual shipped separately. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, it weighs half a ton because the dang thing is made out of steel. With some plastic bits on it. It is heavy as shit. It's made to sit in an arcade and people to actually kick it. Which also is why it doesn't make a great arcade machine, like in general. You think, I'm thinking about this now. If I get the bigger boards off of this little pallet, do you think I could use those as a kind of ramp? And just kind of slide it down this way. Kick the shit out of it, I guess. I don't want to hurt my baby. I don't even want to pretend to hurt my child. I'm actually a little sad. I shouldn't have done that. I could. I mean, I can do anything I want to this because I own it and I don't know shame. I'm going to try to recover these slats. I think that's the next remove. Grab this. I'm gonna grab my good friend Pry Bar. Pry Bar, MVP of the stream. Protective Services. If you do that, I'll come over and kick you. You can't escape me. I'm fast. Not that fast, but I'm pretty fast. I can't get underneath that one. This one is a tricky one. It's also the ones I didn't take off of the other guy. It's not a threat of assault if you do it. Then it's actually assault. I've got neighbors driving home now who are gonna start wondering why there's a weirdo just talking to nobody in their garage. That's fun. I can't be held responsible for the law. I don't know how to read. I've been pretending this entire time. Come on, get it off in one piece. Let's do it. Ah, yeah, those cranking noises. Love to crank it. I might have to mute myself here in a bit. I need to blow my nose so bad. Like, after opening up this door, the allergens, they came out and they found me. Oh, hi. How's it going? Yeah, I'm filming and talking and... Yeah, I bought a arcade machine. My neighbor came home. Oh, it's tempting to get him. But, I don't know, it felt weird to do it while I'm filming. Whoop! Check it out. That's a ramp if I ever saw one. This is it. This is our solution. Oh, he probably does have a jag, legitimately. But one step at a time. I still have to unpack the pads, and then if I still haven't figured out a way to get this off, I'll go and get help. No, not that. Well, I mean, I have one in the trunk, but that's like the shitty cranky style, and no one wants to use that. Also, I don't know how jacking it up is actually going to help in the long term. It'll make it go up, and that's cool, but then like, I'm on a jack now. Jack it up to what end? Where do I go after it goes up? No, cranky jack is great for a car. Love to crank a car. I'm gonna get this other piece off before I just break the rest of it. But I don't think you can get underneath that with the crank style. And again, I still don't know what I would do once I got it onto a crank. Like, cause that's not the issue at hand. Like, a crank helps me get it up. I need to get it down. Oh, I got one. Telling your friends to eat shit, Helmer. Come on. Come on. Jack it, slide the pallet out, unjack it. There's not enough space on the sides for me to do that. At least not yet. Well, I've got about an inch of overhang on this one side, and no inches of overhang on the other side. Helmer and you are enemies. This is true. Let's get that out of the way. The rivalry that will last forever. Hammer. I want 2 of these. 2. 2 of them. Actually, 2 of them. So you know it's destiny. I'm supposed to do that. I never did think this out all the way, because like, outside of when I get winded and want to take a break, I can't really see chat very well. All this physical labor stuff. What the? What is going on here? This right angle bullshit? I started saying bullshit really loudly, and then I thought I should be quieter because there's like kids that live in the neighborhood. Now I feel self-conscious because the door is open. What if a child heard me? And then they get a potty mouth. I'm already corrupting the youth of this neighborhood by having an arcade machine. The neighborhood doesn't need that. Ah, come on. Come on, you dumb little piece of wood. Okay. I've got a piece of wood that is now up at a 90-degree angle. Just like straight up and down. That's cool. God, this sucks. I think if I can get this piece off, then there shouldn't be anything left to hold the other pieces on, and I can just shuffle it off like I did that one. I think that's the plan. You say every swear word you know? How many swear words do you know, Jeremy? Like, legitimately, have you ever counted? I don't know if I know how many swear words I know. I know it's more than 6. But, like, I don't want to include slurs in the swear word category, you know? Because I feel like that's a different category of word. At least 4. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You think you're a real swear word fan? You think you know some swear words? Oh, man. Sorry, I had to take a second. All right, I'm gonna make I'm gonna make this happen. We're gonna get these dumb dance pads out of here at the very least. I legitimately don't know how long my phone is gonna last before it dies. Because as soon as that dies, the stream ends. And I don't know. I had it 100% charged before we started. But, you know, it's casting everything to my computer, and it's using network, and it's using at least 30 frames a second. I mean, I refuse to use any less than that. So it could be any number of minutes. Any number of minutes. Oh, come on, yeah. And then the middle one. And pull. And pull again, but better this time. Okay. No, this is good. This is good. Plug the phone in. I can't. The microphone goes into the phone. You're sitting there giving me a hard time? The phone has the microphone in it, and I can't have the microphone and power. Yeah. Well, I didn't say it. You said it. Oh, you've probably heard me sniff. God. 1 second. Okay, I was muted when I did that disgusting sniff. I'm always thinking of you, the fans. What's going on here? You heard a different, oh no, not the sniff. You heard the sniff? But I said don't hear it. I said not to hear the sniff. And then you heard it anyway. I was trying my best over here. Just people hearing my sniffs. I'm trying to think of what's the next structural point here to really compromise how this is being held together. I think I've got it pretty much. Like, once I get, and you just needed to get some of them, like you're taking out a boss in a video game, right? I think I've already used that analogy, but I'm gonna use it again. Get rid of this thing in the middle. That's not even being held on by anything. Put it in the wood pile. Wood pile. Oh, this? Oh, this piece of wood? Oh, this piece of wood, that's gonna go in the wood pile. Later, though, later. Right now, I'm just getting it nice and bent. There we go. Kind of open it up like a flower. Can you imagine if you could talk shit on a construction site, like, and they would see it? It'd be, sorry, I'm just getting flustered thinking about it. Turns out that's my thing. I didn't know it until now, and now I know that, and it's a horrible thing to know. Truly the darkest timeline. Come on, I want to get at the juicy, delicious interior of this packaging. was easier and more fun with the big thing to do this. If I take this one off, sorry, y'all can't even see what I'm doing really anymore, because it just turns out that best angle for me to do things is always the one away from the camera. But if I do it on the side over here, and I just kind of remove this one too. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You can't see what I'm doing, but it's so good. Like, I'm so good at like doing this job that I'm doing. Like, anyone who could actually see me, like people on the street, they're like, oh my God, you're doing such a good job. Me? I know I'm doing a good job. You? No idea. You have no idea how good I'm doing right now. So you'll have to take my word for it. I'm like doing the best, the best work anyone's ever seen right now. And he punched the microphone, everybody. Okay, and then you take this side off, right? Let's get over here. Yank that one out. Uh-huh. All the pieces are coming together. Or are coming apart, I guess, depending on how you think about it. You know what? I don't need to take off that other one. I don't need to. Thanks for the advice, or not advice, the compliment on the woodpile tech. A home garden? Who's got one of those? Ain't nobody's got one of those. Ain't nobody knows what that looks like. Okay, some, I don't know, 100 or so pounds of dance pads. Yeah. Pretend that you didn't see it just like land right on my foot. We'll pretend that never happened. Don't tell my wife. That's got my real name on it. Hold up. There we go. I'll just put this behind the camera. There, perfect. I'm gonna die. Double 3 agent? What does that mean? Right, we're just gonna go ahead and throw these things over here. Oh yeah, this is the shit. Okay. Oh. Look it. We got intestines. This is the thing that connects the pads to the dance for the machine. Ooh. Let's just go ahead and put that in the gay chair for a bit. You can't see the gay chair. Trust me, I put it in it. We've got bars, so that later when I go to dance, I don't fall down and hurt myself. I'm gonna leave those wrapped for a second. They sent me the wrong thing. Uh-oh. Got another bar. We've got, it's a good thing I didn't pull this off because the two of them are stacked on top of each other. I would like people to acknowledge and enjoy. Hold up. It does say on there, take dance to the next level. Experience the pump it up and master the exclusive pump stage. Can't really zoom on it because, you know, phone isn't no weird thing, but I just want people to acknowledge that. So this one's on here upside down. So I'm just gonna kind of gently flip it. Oh, one pad. This is the part that makes it all worth it. Seeing the dang pads. Gonna set this one on its side for a second. We're going to lift this little pallet up, set you back down. Oh. We have dance pads, everybody. I have a bunch of wood I don't know what to do with, but I got dance pads. Oh, I think I've earned myself another seat in the rainbow chair. Let's do that real quick, and I'll actually look at chat for once. See if the stream is still running. That's good. Oh, I'm still very excited that it came with actual tokens for me to use. I was afraid it wasn't gonna have those. All right, let's see what's happening. I see accusations being made against Doug. That's possibly terrible, I don't know. I still have the nightmare that is trying to get this arcade machine off of that pallet. Who knows how that's gonna go. I'm doing it very carefully is how I'm reading the comments in daylight. Ugh. Also, I had the camera pointed too high. Hold up. Let's bring it down. Let's get a little more intimate. Let's get a little more cozy around the rainbow chair. There we go. Now I need to sell a token selling machine. That'd be challenging. Yeah, you like these? Do you enjoy these? I worked very hard on them. Around the rainbow chair would be, it does sound like a kid's show. Knees are terms of service, but only if you have the proper, like underneath my pants, I have a little guard so you don't see the nipple. That's very important. Oh. One second, I'm doing a really gross sniff and I need to make sure I mute myself for that. That was gross. Ah, but my nasal passageways are so clear right now. They're so perfect. Yeah, that's on the Patreon. Do you think I could run a successful Patreon where all it is just me making sniffing sounds into a microphone? The sounds that are too spicy for normal recordings. Alright, I'm getting absolutelys and oh yeahs, so cool. Look forward to that. I think I'll do that in the third quarter 2023. OnlyFans. No, OnlyFans is where the knees live. That'd be perfect. Oh, it's really fun though. So the company that I bought this thing from is called Tomy Arcade. T-O-M-Y. And the tokens that came with this, I'm gonna actually crack open in this bag real quick. Oh yeah, token noises. This is not gonna show on camera at all. Maybe it will, if I hold it just right. Does that play? Don't know, can't tell. I have no way to see. They're branded with the arcade manufacturer's name. So that's fun. Hold your hand behind it. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, okay. As long as it's not my fault. I mean, I see me on the air quotes program feed, which is now caught up a little bit. It used to be like 10 seconds behind. Now it's like 3 seconds. I was looking at making my own branded tokens, but I was like, I'll do that if the tokens I have don't work. But now it came with tokens, so now I don't know if there's really any incentive to do it. Whew. It sort of worked, that's good. There is a need? I don't know if there's a need. Because like need means very specific things. Oh, also I think the neighbor knew I was recording because you all can't, well, I could show you. Because I'm an idiot. I've got key lights pointed at me. Because, well, when I first was in here, the door was closed. And I was afraid, no, they're not gonna be able to see anything. It turns out I didn't have to worry about that. Am I gonna host neighborhood dance battles? I was thinking about that. You didn't see him, but he almost walked directly into your garage. I mean, he was my neighbor. Like, I know the guy. No, neighborhood dance battles is something I was thinking about, like, because during December it's gonna get quite hot. And I'll probably have the door open while I'm playing the game. And if somebody walks over and is like, can I try that? I'm gonna say, sure, go for it. Is the only way to truly know somebody to be killed by them? Like, is that what you're getting at? Because, like, that's profound if you think about it. Like, that's really deep. Or maybe it's just crazy. Maybe it's more that. You want to know what this pink thing is? This pink thing? It's a box cutter. It also says Sam on it because it belongs to my wife. Oh, is it gay? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm sitting in the chair, so it makes sense. But I don't tell you, you should invest in a pink one. It's way better. Okay. We need to figure out. All right, obstacle number 1. There is wood underneath the wheels of this thing, stopping it from rolling around effectively. I will enjoy my obstacles, thank you. Oh yeah, no, I don't know if you heard it, Doug. If you're looking at Tomy, 1, get ready to wait 4 months before it arrives. 2, if you're shipping it overseas, the price to get the shipping is double the price of the arcade cabinet. Or is equal to, usually. Mine was a little kind of weird, though, because it's extremely heavy. Yeah, that's probably wise. Don't wait or pay. In fact, do nothing. Well, I order you an arcade machine? That seems like a lot. I don't know. Maybe. What do you got? What do you got going on? Heist one would be fun. That would be a really good dumb heist. Please don't rob me. I just got this. Let me enjoy it for a month, and then you can heist me. Wait until I get too complacent, and then that's when you rob me. Because, like, I'll be like, nobody can stop me, is what I'll yell, and then that's when you rob me. But I haven't said it yet, truly. I said that as an example. Next time I say that, that's go time. Who lives in the blue house? That blue house? Or the one directly over across? People. The other one, people are moving out of, belongs to cops. The next time I say the code phrase, you know the one. You can take it from them? But what do they got? They don't have an arcade machine. Only one house has an arcade machine. I don't think you know what color this one is, so good luck. Now, you could actually probably figure out where I actually live from the view outside if you were, like, really clever. No, that's true. If you take their things and sell them, you can use currency to buy and trade for goods and services. I gotta move. I just moved here, man. Man, you're making me move. Man. Sorry, I had to look out because I just was mad about just moving here and then having to move again. Okay, I think I've breathed enough now. Which means I have to do actual work. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Here's the play. Here's the game. This machine only can move forward or backward because of the way that the wood is in it. Oh, I still have this pointed at my nipples. Whoop. Can only go forward or backward. We're gonna treat this like it's a logic problem. Also, the camera's a little bit crooked. Let's make that a little bit less skew. There we go. Huh? Yeah. Is there a way for me to see how much battery is left right now? Not easily. I'm gonna assume I have about half an hour to an hour. You like the jaunty angle? That's a choice. So I can push it forward or backward without it, and that's the way that will move. Oh, hey, guess good news, everybody. I found the piece of thick plastic that broke off the front. I think it got hit by a forklift, is my guess. I prefer backward just because that's the side that doesn't have anything fun on it. But it's also the side that's a little bit janky because it's got the Marquee currently flipped down on. So maybe I don't want to do it that direction. No, this is more like Die Hard 3 water jug puzzle, I think. I think that's the grade I'm doing. Break it off the other side so it's symmetrical. Now you're thinking with portals. It's not broken. I haven't broke shit. It was broken a little bit in shipping, which is natural. I assumed it moved like 5,000 miles. It's going to break a little bit, okay? As long as it works, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm gonna send it back. I'm gonna be pissed. You know what? Okay, wait, no, that's the plan. If I break it trying to get it off the pallet, right? And then I'll be like, oh, it was broken in shipping. And then I wait another 4 months, and then eventually it will come back to me. Here, I'm gonna push that pad out. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have any play in the direction of the camera, but I have got quite a bit of play out front, so I think that's the direction. Video evidence? What video evidence? I don't understand. Videos? Alright. You can't see what I'm doing, but I am putting my head down so that I can see the wheels. This is the worst plan I've ever had. I've had some bad plans. Okay, that's one wheel. That's the other. Okay, well, one of my ramps fell off immediately. So that's fun. Although, hold the phone. Moving it that direction has moved it off of my wood obstacle. See my wood obstacle? It's just sitting there. What? gonna kill you. No, it's fine. If I die, the stream will continue until the battery dies, and then it'll just be tragic. Is there anything fun I can do if I pull up that and then, because I feel more comfortable shifting it the long way, right? Because if I shift it the long way, you can watch some of my insane logic right now. Holy shit. If I push it out the long way instead of the short way, it's less likely to tip over. That's the logic I'm working with. So I'm gonna pry off these little guards, push it back the other direction, pry off the other guards, and then slide it off. And it's gonna go fall about that far, maybe 2 or 3 inches, right? But it's gonna fall on the long axis, and I shouldn't tip over. Yeah, I think I got the right idea, Doug. It would be fun to go rent a forklift, but I was looking into it, and the closest place that I could rent forklifts from is 20 miles away, and that place I would have to get a truck to lift it. And I said, what if instead I just con the truck driver into dropping it in my garage for me? Is what I landed on. No, the 2 miles away one gives me the manual forklift thing that goes up and down instead of a nice automatic one. But like I have to do a cranky crank, and I still need to get the truck and everything for it. So I am correct about forklift. The question was forklift, not manual forklift. Those are completely different concepts. You can do some fun, jaunty little taps, though. What's a fun? Well, I mean, we have the classic, and then we can pry. Look at that! Came right out. Boom. 2 bits is definitely the way to go. I feel like that's the best tap pattern so far. But maybe I can do like it's a fun. Maybe I could try like a Terminator. That seems to have worked too. Not as good though. Shaving a haircut 2 bits is definitely the best pry pattern. What the heck is happening in there? It's just crumbling apart. Okay. Okay. We can push it back the other way. Okay, there are ones in the front too, so I have to be careful. But there's enough space. If I sit here and weasel it backward, watch the wheel, Where's that wheel? It's right there. So I can go back about that much more. Other side. About to there. The Pokemon theme? Are you okay? I don't Buster Wolf anymore though. Like, last time I Buster Wolfed, I hurt myself. Pokemon theme. Not like the Poke rap though, the Pokemon theme? Where do I start on the Pokemon theme? It'd be like, cause I don't want it to be like doon 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 down. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. There I'm in. That worked pretty well. To catch them is my real test. To train them is because I need the bump though. There it's in. No, it's not. I didn't do it as good as the first line. Turns out. Or maybe this one's just built different. That's possible. I might have to come at it at a different musical angle. Like Come, chameleon. Nope, that didn't work. This one is in there. There it is. I had to drop music altogether for that one. All right, no more guards. No stops, no gods, no kings, only wheels. Tap the Weird Al song Pokemon from the film Pokemon 2000. If you don't remember how it goes, how do I know how it goes? All right, this is the scariest part. This is legitimately the scariest part. Because I am going to push it this direction. And, well, if I don't survive, tell my wife, who is watching, apparently, that I loved her very much. Oh, hardware store. It's too late. I already banged it off, but you are right. That does have hammers. But the beat is just so fast. You'd be like, ow, hurt my hands. That's that steel I was talking about. Dear Jeebus, please make this machine not just like completely eat shit. Thank you. I'm gonna push it forward a little bit because now I'm actually afraid of the wheel coming off the side where I don't want it to. Ooh. Here we go. Oh, oh, that's right at the edge. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, let's start with the good news. Good news, it didn't just fall off. Bad news, the wheel's not on the ground. So I have to... Almost there. Almost. Okay. No, that's the Marquee. That's supposed to flip. Uh-huh. Please touch the ground. Okay. The thing that is scaring me right now, legitimately, is that the table with the the chat on it is partially in the way. Maybe it'll be fine. Ooh, keep my feet away from the bottom of this thing. Hold up. Hold up. I think I got it off. I'm not gonna sacrifice you. I think I got it though. Now I got it. You can't see me celebrate. Trust me. I did the thing. Let's push it in position a little bit. My neighbor across the way waved to me. No worries, I am here. I am here to entertain, if nothing else. Oh, we did it. We got it off. And by we, I mean I did it, but you watched me do it, so I guess you had some part in it. Okay, so next bit, that you can't see what I'm doing. I gotta move my garbage pile away from where I was gonna put the machine. like so. Do I have a broom over here? I do. There's a lot of pieces of wood over there now. Also, what I need to do before I get it into position is there's a marquee on it that I need to lift up and lock into position appropriately, instead of it just kind of being folded over. God, there's so many chunks of wood on the floor. What did this? Somebody did something horrible in this room. Oh, okay. Thanks, Germ B. You done it. You clipped it. You would have been fine. The chat doesn't actually die if that laptop eats shit. I just won't be able to read chat anymore, and then I'll have to buy my wife another laptop. It'll be very embarrassing. Okay, let's lift this thing up. Oh, I forgot about the wheels. And up and up and... Hell yeah! Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Oh my God. It almost touches the roof. But it didn't. But it didn't. Which means I win. I'm a winner. Oh. And it's got little lights on there. One of those power supplies that you saw in there is for these little tiny spotlights that turn on. That's silly. All right, let's push it back into position. Now that I've got all this wood out of the way. That was the obstacle all along. It was just all this stupid wood. Push it into position next to my fridge that I filled with Gatorade for the purposes of dance games. Well, that currently has some cider in it because I, enjoy to drink. All right. I don't want to push it too far back because there is a fuse box back there, but it is in position. I guess I have to remaneuver this camera now. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, the Gatorade Wizard is it's an important role for like hydration and like recovery. Like, I feel like, okay, when I'm thinking about it, like the Mountain Dew Wizard, right? The Mountain Dew Wizard's for DPS. The Gatorade Wizard is a healer, right? Like that just makes sense to me. Let's get these pads into position. I need to sweep the floor again. You can't see it. This is covered in wood shavings. Because, I don't know if you noticed this. A lot of those pieces of wood exploded when I pried them off. I should have been wearing goggles in hindsight. It could have been dangerous. Whew. All right, I believe this one should be the right one because of the corner and how it's bent. And you might be going, whoa, you pushed that into position really easily. And it's because it's got little legs on it that you screw down so it sits in position. Somewhere, I don't know where, there's going to be a piece of metal, a bracket, that holds these two pads together. I have not seen it yet. It might be packed in with the bars. That's where I might put it. Whip, whip. Slide that bad boy in into rough position next to this TV that is broken. And I'll bring it back a bit. I should actually have two plates that hold these together. Oh, wait, no. Oh, lucky me. The bracket is on there. It's on there. You can't see it. It is on there. Not on the back. Oh, the back one is on there too. Oh, they did this so clever. I think I have to move the view down so you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe down there? Let's see what it looks like on the stream. Okay, yep. So, this little piece of metal here, you might be able to see it barely. That is supposed to come across to this side. These are held in by hex bolts, but they're loose enough I can just kind of do it by hand for the bit at the start. What we're gonna do, we'll take these off gently. Because you don't want them to slide around, right, when you're jumping up and down like an idiot. So they connect together. I won't get taken down for music as long as I actually switch the stream category appropriately. I might play a little bit on stream. But if I do, it's Banya, and Banya never gets flagged. You know, I tried screaming nonsense for when I played the Devo adventure game, and you know, darndest thing, it still caught it, but not on Twitch. It only caught it on YouTube's copy. Very upsetting. YouTube is very particular, and I like to try to export most of these to YouTube. Kids pop singers. Unfortunately, I don't think I can custom, well, I can flash it with a different version of Pump. That is, that I can just load whatever songs I want onto. Or get a different hard drive effectively and slot it in there. But by default, I can't be having any fun kids songs, unfortunately. I think this has to go upside down. I think this is like this, yes. Sorry. You ever play a lot of a game, but you've never put it together before? So you're like trying to remember how pieces of it go together, but based off of what you remember of it? That's where I'm at right now. Other things to note so far. They've already countersunk the screws in these pads so that they're flush, and that's very nice. So I don't have to do that. Which means that the place that previously owned this before I did actually cared about the game. That's a custom thing you do. I'll tighten it down appropriately, like truly, after I get it into position a little bit, but I have both sides to do, so this is gonna be the next bit of stream. I'm trying to look at chat while I do it, because this is like, I can actually kind of sit and talk now instead of just prying on wood, which is fun. You can bang out, you know, the Pokemon theme, but you can't really talk while you do it. Hey, did you know that there are eight screws in this? 8 of them. That is more than 5. We'll have to check though. It's been a while since I've counted. So like, my numbers go, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. That's one hand. And then I think it's 6. And then 8, and then 7, 13, 12, 1, 8, oh no, 1 again, yeah, because you do 1 twice, I forgot about that one. 9, 10. Okay, that one's got on proportionally. Ow! Oh, guess what, I get to do it again on the other side. Breaking wood about streams. Look forward to future breaking wood streams. You can't see me. I'm leaning against a thing of wood. Let me sit down like I'm a proud father. I could break that wood on stream later. Okay, we gotta do the other side. So I have to undo 8 screws. Am I on? Yeah, I'm on screen. I'm on the screen. This is the highest production garage arcade stream you're ever going to see. And I'm not just saying that because it's mine. I legitimately don't think anyone else is streaming this. Yeah. Okay. Also, the other bit, which I might not end up showing on stream, it depends on how long the camera survives. I do have to close this garage door again, which means I do need to actually get that wood out of the way. It needs to go somewhere, but it can't stay here. Oh, quick, figure out if somebody else is doing this and has already, like, taken my thunder away from me. Because that would be tragic. It'll make me sad. Has Ninja already done this? I bet Ninja has already done this. Ninja's popular for doing Fortnite in Extreme Garage. Set it on fire. I just spent so much time. Oh, the wood. Yeah, the wood is fine. I thought you meant the arcade machine. I was like, are you kidding me? I almost died trying to get it off a pallet. I'm not gonna set it on fire. That would be insanity. Here's the dumb thing. My microphone is gonna last longer than my actual phone. Arcade Fire. Oh, that's how that name came about. Like a Fire at the Disco. When they set the disco on fire, so then they went, oh wait, that's a cool name for what we should be. Oh no, that was Panic at the Disco. Well, they set it on fire. and then they realized, oh, this is terrifying. We should call ourselves that. And then one of them said, Fire at the Disco? No, Panic. Oh, yeah, right. What if you made the wood scraps an effigy arcade machine? Oh, that's an idea. And then I burn it to appease the Pump It Up Lord. The Lord... Michael Flatley, the Lord of the Dance game, will take my... I don't know. I lost track on that thought while I was trying to screw these in by hand. Okay. Oh, my knees! I'm such an old man! I mean, we could make it as scary as Midsummer if we wanted to. Next bit. Bar time. Oh yeah, bar time. We're doing bar time. I'm excited for this because I do love a good. Oh, sorry, you can't tell why I went. Oh, here's the thing. When you play these in arcades, right? These are always beat the shit, and you never really get to truly enjoy what they were like when they're new. But this little thing here where you put your hands on that I'm having a hard time lining up on the thing. This is leather. Or some leather substitute. Something approaching leather. It feels like leather. I could lick it. Do I want to? Not especially. But I could because it's mine. Well, I'll share it with my wife. She can have it too. Why is everybody saying I have to lick the bar? Let me get at the bar first using my gay box cutter. One second, I'll lick the goddamn bar. I'm subject to peer pressure. Also, there is a novelty to it. Like, I've never been able to do it safely. But it did come all the way from China. And I'm afraid... I mean, there's been on so many boats. It's been on so many boats. Hold up. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do it fucking right. Ooh, I like this jaunty angle. But no, we're gonna do it correctly. It keeps going to jaunty angle because my microphone is hanging up on one side of it. Okay. Any neighbors looking? Good. Okay, no, there's not. It was fine. It was not as exciting as I'd hoped. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed now. I thought there was gonna be more to that. Whew. How is this? Oh, I have to take the stupid bar. I gotta take the thing off. It'll be fine. The whole shaft, I refuse. It was a limpy. It was a limpy lick. It was a wimpy lick, but like, I didn't want to lick it. Okay. As the stream progresses, the camera is getting jauntier. I need to move this. I think that will help with the jaunt factor. There we go. Now it's less jaunty. Like it's better. I'm being bullied. You are all bullying me now. I will lick it better on my own time. Thank you. I need to be in the privacy of my own home. I'll regret it. You're saying I'll regret it? Oh, that's true. I might regret it. Hold up. I mean, I need to lick both of them, right? Because, like, otherwise, I'm not gonna lick the whole shaft, though. You weirdos. I need to get the gay knife out again. Monk, that was the bad lick, though. You done clipped the bad lick. The lick I should be ashamed of is the one you clipped. I will lick the second one. I will do it with more energy and passion than the first, but not too much. I don't want to get banned. Oh. I will, okay. I mean, you redeemed the 10 points, which takes, like, some odd, I don't know, seconds to actually do. So I feel somewhat obligated. Long, I have to be the long man? Alright, well, he gave me $1 to lick it better. Fuck. There's some connotations, by the way, for getting paid to lick a thing. I hope you're thinking about that while I do this. Okay. How framed am I? How well framed am I? I'm pretty well framed. Alright, here we go. We're gonna start from here. I'm just gonna... Actually, I think I'll start on this side. Fuck. I can never unlick that. I did that. Thank you. So here's the problem. Well, it's not a problem. It's just a fact of life. In order to install the bars, I need to pull out a screwdriver and undo some 10 odd screws. It is truly mine. Nobody else can take this from me. So let's see here. I think I've got the perfect screwdriver right here. We're gonna go in. Am I still on camera, sort of? Yeah. So we've got 5 screws on the back, right here between these 2 big holes. And we're just gonna go scoop. This is why I was hoping, by the way, that I had a manual, because they're supposed to come with a manual. Oh, it's 6. It's 6 screws. That's 1 more than 5. That's gonna take, I'm gonna do the math, 20% more time. Shit. That's so much time. I'm just trying to get it to the point where I can boot it. If I get this game up and running before the stream dies, I will be happy. No, don't worry. If nobody clipped it, I'm going to, I'm gonna be clipping it myself later for TikTok. Because I have to think about short form content too. Hashtag content. You know what I actually hate? I think about this a lot. Thank you, Monk. The thing I hate, legitimately, and I think about it, is people referring to when they do stuff on the internet as content. Like they talk about it like they're like, I do content. You need to make content. You need to get out there and make content. And it sounds so impersonal. I kind of hate it. And I don't know, like I'll never call what I do, air quotes, actual content. I'll never sincerely call what I do content. Because I don't like it. Bye, Jabberby. I don't want to be the first licking influencer. I don't want that to be my legacy. I also don't want to be an influencer. I don't want people to be influenced. Do you really want people to go out and lick things? I mean, really? I don't want to influence that. No, I don't want to do the sponsored lick. The sponsored lick? Hold up. Huh. I think it goes in oriented this direction. Hold up, we need to get it underneath that lip. Oh no, do I need to do... Oh no, I need to take off the other panels too. Ugh, that's so many screws. Anyway, what I was debating is I'm pretty sure that it comes in and goes out to the outside is where the things point. But I'm suddenly not sure. I need to look at a picture. But here's the problem. The thing that's taking video right now is my phone. I guess there's a laptop over there with chat on it. I could use that to look at a picture of one of... Oh no, I take all these panels. I gotta take off 6 panels to put the bars on. Thanks PD. Thanks for the confirmation. They go out. It's been, I don't know, 10 years. That's not true. At a nearby bowling alley, they had a pump machine when I was living in a different town. When I was living in Tigard. And Big Owls is the name of the bowling alley. And they had a pump machine, and I was playing there for a bit. So I have used one more recently than that, but not by much, not by much recently. Give the best bars you have about Sega Pump Up Machine. I have, best bars is nothing. I don't have them. My best bars are not bars. I'm not a, like, I can always sing about nonsense. I can't, as the children say, as the cool kids who are cooler than myself say, the bars. I don't have them. But I could be like, I am going to set up a pump it up machine, and I'm going to do it by ba-da-da-da-da-da. You need a dramatic pause after by so that people know that, like, that's like, you're really accentuating that you need to do something and they don't know how you do it, and you go, by unscrewing a bunch of screws, which is what you do with screws. You unscrew them and then screw them back in, but you won't screw them back in, not for a bit. Da-da-da-da-da. I think that's how it starts. I don't want to be lipstick. I don't want that to be my whole thing. I worked hard to curate my extensive internet persona, which is just myself. I don't lick things. That's not me. I only lick one thing, and it's this. This is the one thing I lick. The one time. Well, and then ice cream sometimes. But only sometimes. Like, I like to bite into it. I'm a sicko. Outside. Whoop. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna need to get a really big Allen wrench. Wah, wah. But I'm gonna screw these in by hand first. Like, if I was a sicko, I would have licked every one of these screws, right? Because I'm like, I need to take ownership of this entire pad. But no, just the bar. Just the bar is fine. Because if somebody else touches it, they're gonna touch something I licked. Penta, I already know what the best content I'll ever make on TikTok is, and it's shamefully that video that from the game Tombstruck, where God, I forget names now because I'm like in the middle of doing a bunch of things. The guy who plays Doc from Back to the Future gets hypnotized by a cat girl. That is always going to be the most popular video I've ever made. It's a toss-up between that and a video where I entered my official name, my name and age, and I wrote Joystick, but my name and age into the game Young Dilbert, and I said, if I put in my real age here, is it gonna make fun of me for being somebody over the age of 18 who's playing the game Young Dilbert? And when I put my name in, Dogbert incredulously says, "That's your age?" And people fucking love it. They can't get enough of that. They're like, dang, this is the content I come to TikTok for. You're all probably writing something good in chat right now, and I can't look at it because I'm looking straight down at these darn screws. Let's see, what else do I have that did pretty well? No, it's pretty much just that. Those are like the 3 big spikes. Do it bad cooking. I'm never gonna do it a video. I've already made that conclusion. I think I hate that. The cat girl BDSM to the top for this. The cat girl. Real TikTok content. Oh yeah, the fucking garbage shit. One of the things I've posted pinned to my TikTok profile, for the record, is a video of me like towards the end of a stream, semi-drunkenly saying the things I won't do on TikTok. And I do explicitly say that I will never do one of those, so unfortunate. I'm never gonna be a real influencer, it turns out. But I've seen the video game bracket thing. I've thought about doing the video game bracket thing, but then I catch myself and say, no, that would be stupid. Do one as a goof? Okay, no, I can do one as a goof. One safely. Huh. You know what I never did put on TikTok, and I should have, in hindsight? There was that video where I was talking about the TikTok algorithm and how it thought that I might be a furry. I should have put that on there. That would really probably do numbers. Lick the TikTok. Lick Talk? Is there a TikTok sub-community called Lick Talk? Probably, yeah. I did a pretty good job at tightening these down by hand. Like, I can't get them too much more tightened down. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Though, I probably should keep this tool out because I bet I do it faster next time with the tool rather than doing it by hand. Be the lick talker. Hold up, I need to go make a new account. Lick Talker is like a really terrifying Batman villain. Like, how do you even catch them? I don't think you could, right? Like, how do you stop the Lick Talker? They're not doing anything illegal. How do you stop them? Has there ever been a Batman supervillain who doesn't actually do illegal things, but they do things that are very annoying, but annoying enough to get on Batman's radar? But it's like, you can't just arrest me, Batman. Batman, I've done nothing wrong, Batman. You can't arrest me. I'm just gonna lick this pole, Batman. But it's okay, I own it. It's mine. I own this timer, Batman. You could touch, but then you'll touch something I've licked. Oh my god, no, don't. Do not bring the dreaded Vaporeon fucking discourse into this house. This house is sacred. Do not do that to... I already know about it. I don't need to see it elsewhere. And I don't need to expose people. Like, they can go look that shit up on their own time. Batman, do you know how I got these scars, Batman? I gave them to myself. I did it to myself because I wanted attention, Batman. Batman, look, I'm not putting the grocery carts back. I'm leaving the grocery carts near the grocery cart dispenser, but I'm not putting them back, Batman. What you gonna do about it? You gonna go tell on me, Batman? It's not a crime, Batman. I'm just a lazy bone. Oh, I think I conceptually really like the Jerker. I'm just now like theory crafting what the Jerker does, you know? Like, what's the grand heist? What's the biggest plan? Like, we're reaching like the end of a comic book series run, right? And it featured the Jerker, inexplicably. And their ultimate plot is about to come to fruition. We've set this up for months, and now it's finally happened. And Batman gets there a moment too late to stop the Jerker from doing something that sucks, but not enough to be a crime. Batman, I filled out all the solutions in this library book about puzzles, Batman. Batman, the next person who reads this book won't have the same mystery to do. I can't actually think of what the ultimate plan is. Buying Wonder Bread? That's a crime. Batman would never shop. And shopping carts? Oh, that's true. Batman doesn't understand what grocery be. On Halloween, he takes all the candies and the bowls left out across Gotham. That's true. That's technically, that could be construed as theft, but also it was left out, so, you know, it's not really stealing. I think that's a crime. That's a pretty good crime. That's not a crime. Oh my god, my knees! I'm such an old man! Oh, we're gonna reconfigure our sitting position. See, this is why I put a belt on, by the way, so you wouldn't see my butt. I know you sickos want to see it. No, you don't. I don't. You know what the worst part is? I have to do this twice. Nah, I think accidentally seeing, like, plumber crack is probably not in violation of TOS. I think if I, like, really showed it. You know when people talk about, like, showing your whole ass? That's what they mean, by the way, is that. I think after I finish this one, I'm going to really quickly address the wood pile in the room so that I can close the door so that I don't have it all just like open out. I could use the yoga mat? I'll think about it. I'm still not sure when the stream is going to unexpectedly die. I've been going for a couple hours now. I'm kind of amazed. Batman, I took a penny, Batman. And I didn't leave a penny, Batman. What are you gonna do about it, Batman? Nothing, Jerker. We've had this talk so many times. Could you please stop? Could you just please stop, Jerker? I hate to tell you this, Jerker. We've known each other for years, Jerker. It's not funny. Jerker, it's not funny. Like when the Joker does things, it's like, it's a little funny. But when you do things, it's not funny at all, Jerker. It's just, could you please just stop? Jerker doesn't tick. Oh, no, that's the worst tip you can give somebody. Elevator, he faces the bat. Oh, yeah. Batman, I'm in the elevator with you. Isn't this uncomfortable? Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of weird noise here while I quickly make it so I can close the garage door again. because we're getting to a darker time of day. We're getting a little bit late. I just need it to not set off the garage thing. Also, if I can low-key block my license plate while I'm doing it, that's also a victory. Oh God, the jerker. This office smells like fish. The jerker was here. That's right, Batman. I have placed fish in 5 different offices across Gotham. I put it in their microwaves, Batman. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Unless you solve my devious riddle, which is also, that's not my thing. So I didn't, the riddle's not actually that good or devious. Tells them that they, no, the jerker knows the truth about hot and cold, and is very misunderstood about it. Hits all the buttons in the elevator if he gets off. That is a jerker move. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how are you such a menace without breaking the law that Batman pays attention to you, you know? Like, Batman makes it his business to come to you, and then you have to have that, like, the debate of, like, I don't kill people. But he really wants to. Oh my God, he wants to kill that guy. Do I have a fan going or anything? No, I don't have a fan going, but it is also, like, I don't know. If I'm being generous, like 50 degrees in this garage. I'm not gonna get too toasty right now. In the summer, I might move a fan in here. He ding dong ditches Bruce Wayne. There's not really a bit I can do. I can't really vocalize a bit about the jerker ding-dong ditching Batman, unfortunately. But, like, it happens, definitely. Every fast food line, not knowing what to... Could you tell me what's in the #1 meal, please? Yeah, it's a double burger. Oh, how many meat patties are in a double burger? I'm watching my weight, and I want to make sure that I'm not taking too many calories. Oh, that's about 580 calories. We make pretty thin patties here. Oh, how many calories would it be if you were to take one of those and cut it in half? But I want 2 slices of meat in it still that are uncut. I just want you to cut the bun. Also, what did you put in the secret sauce? I might be allergic to it. That'd be pretty, that would suck. Since it's his birthday. Batman! Fuck. Batman! It's me the jerker. I'm getting a birthday cake, Batman, but it's not my birthday. What are you going to do about it? The employees don't know. Dang jerker. I want them to clap for me. I want them to be happy, happy birthday, Batman. Birthday. Yeah. Yeah, he does do the little birthday boy speech, 100%. Teacher! This man is like 36 years old. Teacher! You forgot to give the children homework! Damn it, jerker. Damn it, jerker. We were almost home free. Young Batman. There's definitely a child version of Batman somewhere out there. Called Young Batman, Y-U-N-G. The chalk lines on a baseball field. Is that frowned upon? I didn't know that was frowned upon. Am I the jerker? I've definitely stepped on the chalk lines. Am I the jerker? Looking into mirror, I'm the jerker, baby. Fuck, hate being the jerker. Is it Justice League, but they're peanuts? Shit. Who plays Charlie Brown? What Justice League member is Charlie Brown? It's got... Aquaman? Is it Aquaman? You die instantly? Dang, jerk. My hair is going all over the place right now. Alright. We are shockingly close to actually being able to play an arcade machine for a few minutes before the stream dies. Do you know that? Because I am like... As soon as I get these screws out and this other bar in, and then I have to lower the feet on this so that they don't slide around while I'm stepping on them. And then I need to connect the umbilical cord. Yeah, Bruce is the most Charlie Brown. I gotta connect this umbilical cord, and then I gotta actually plug the machine in and turn it on and make sure it works. Hopefully. If it doesn't work, it's not the biggest deal, because I have resources. If I want to, I can just buy other hard drives for it and replace it out, or the other hardware, and it's not as expensive as an arcade machine. Ugh. The most expensive part of this arcade machine really is the giant speakers and the dance pad. But I'm glad I can't hear it. I'm glad I have music playing on the stream. Because I've been quiet quite a bit while I'm doing stuff, but like, I hate dead air. I hate dead air so fucking much. Get on. My little fuzzy microphone. Get up there. You invite the jerker around, you swap all the discs between their cases. Oh, that is a jerk move. Batman, I would like to watch your copy of Fast 3, Batman. Could you please get me that? Thank you. Oh, Batman, will you look at this? It appears you've given me a copy of Dupree and Me. That isn't Fast 3. Oh, how could this have happened, Batman? Really makes you think, doesn't it, Batman? Really makes you want to try to arrest me, or perhaps send me somewhere, doesn't it, Batman? But you can't, it's not illegal. I'm just kind of an asshole, Batman. Shit, I dropped that. Oh, it fell down into a shitty hole. Okay, I got one part of it out. Hey, you know like when you are working like on a car or something, and there's a lot of tiny shitty holes for things to fall into? This is like that. What putting an arcade machine together does to a motherfucker, yeah. Sometimes after a bit, you might start developing an internal monologue of the jerker, and you'd be justified in doing it, really. Like, I can vividly hear in my mind how the jerker laughs, which is why I keep doing it, I think. Because you know that motherfucker be laughing. Ugh. Oh. What the? This didn't just fall asleep, did it? You all can't see what happened. I can. Yeah, there it is. That dang laptop done decided it was gonna go to sleep. I didn't tell it to do that. Oh, spoiling a movie. I'm trying to, I briefly was trying to think of what movie you could safely spoil would actually be. But it's also, that's like the most dangerous game on a stream, isn't it? Because like, we're at a point now where everything is remade, and you can no longer use the talking point of like, oh, well, that came out 30 years ago. Surely that's safe, right? Because like, no, somebody remade it, and now a new generation of people is being introduced to this. And if you talk about how the first disc of Final Fantasy VII ends, that's a fucking spoiler. Wow, that is a cool link. I'd click on it, but it's so far away. Like, is it a jerker thing to put a link that long in? Is that what you're getting at? Is this some meta commentary? Batman! Batman! I put a link in Discord, Batman. There's no embed, Batman. You have to click it. It's very funny, trust me, Batman. Why is that funnier? Why is that the funniest possibility for the jerker to me? Is that jerker is just somebody who posts shit on Discord but does it bad. Why is that the thing? God. Sorry, one second. This one, all of these screws, very politely for the person who set it up for me, by the way, were lubricated when, like, in there. Like, there's like some red lubricant or something that's coating them so that they go in and out easier. This one in the back did not have it. And it is hard as shit to screw in. And I can't get in there with a good angle to do the big, like the big lever style crank on it. So I'm sitting here doing it the hard way. Oh shit. The jerker that does put in links that do not go anywhere. One screw left, and it just barely doesn't really want to go into that hole. All the other ones played nice. All the other ones loved to go into the holes that they belonged into. This is your hole. This hole belongs to you, or was made for you. Have you seen this channel? I'd have never heard of this Joystick Hero thing. As we've established, I'm actually, I've gone through a rebranding. Like Cocoon-like, I've gone into this arcade stream, and I have emerged a beautiful lick stick butterfly. So this Joystick Hero guy, I don't know who that is. How bad do you think it would be if I just said fuck it, and I didn't put one of these screws in? Do you think that would be bad? I'm not sure if that'd be bad. Pretty bad over time, you say? Well, if it's bad over time, I should actually do it appropriately. Batman! I'm saying the word hole a lot. I decided that's gonna be my new thing. Is that annoying you, Batman? I think the Jerker is the first person Batman kills, by the way. I sincerely believe. He gets a chance to kill the Joker. He's like, nah. Deep down inside, Joker's a lovable scamp. And he's fucking, Jerker's fucking messing with his DVD collection one too many times. Murdered. Dead. Forever. Joker would be pissed, by the way. Joker would be pissed that that's how that went down. But, you know, it's appropriate. That's how it should go down. Come on. Screw it in there. gonna screw it on in. Yeah, get it in there. You know what I really enjoy? A good hole. Okay. We're going to put these screws on the top to get this little slot, these back in. What's my favorite hole? Well, I gotta think about that. Like, there's a lot of holes in life, you know? Like, you don't really think about it too much, but in your lifetime, I've done the math on this. You will encounter no fewer than 300 holes just going through life. And one of those holes will end up being special to you. You will love that hole. You will think about it incessantly. My favorite hole right now, like, I love a lot of holes. But I think my favorite hole I've ever found was actually this one over here. Just a tremendous hole. It's too late, I already did. Because I used to go ice fishing, right? So like, I'd make a lot of holes. That's just part of the job. And the job of ice fishing for enjoyment. What do you mean recent? My opinion on this hole will never change. It's my favorite hole. Do you think I could legitimately make a podcast where where I just go to different celebrities and for half an hour we talk about what's the favorite hole that they've ever seen? And it can't be dirty talk. I want to know about actual holes, okay? Holes have to go all the way through a thing. Stop being weirdos. Yeah, clean holes. None of those sloppy holes. Like a... Okay, wait. Does like a blue cheese count as a clean hole or a dirty hole? Because it's a bad hole in general. Like, I'm not a big fan of them. Golf holes, you know, you bring up an excellent point. Because in dirt, if you dig a hole in dirt, it doesn't go all the way through, right? It doesn't go all the way through. Because if it did, we'd have a real problem. Isn't crack a sloppy hole? Sorry, you made me drop a screw twice. Twice you made me drop a screw while I was trying to think about crack a sloppy hole. I refuse to answer the question. That's just how I'm gonna live my life. No, you're fine. Fortunately, we're not in the part of the thing where I can drop these screws into a terrifying hole which will never be seen again. Like the space between... You know, that's my least favorite hole, actually. The space between, like, your car seat and, like, the center console. Like the driver's seat. Where if you drop something there, it never comes back. That thing, anything you drop there is gone forever. Doesn't matter how precious it is. You could drop your wedding ring down there, and you're like, oh, sorry, honey. Sorry. It done went into that hole. And, you know, they would understand. They would understand completely. It's a void? Oh. Do I have to make a sister podcast about what's your favorite void? Because I feel like somebody's gonna try to say the hole that you drop things in and never find them again. And then I have to tell them that's not a hole, and then we're gonna have to just switch into the other podcast after that point. Help, I'm falling over more and more as I continue, and I don't even care anymore. I'm just gonna sit here and lay down on the dance pad. Well, big question. I am ready for your large question. While I look at anointing the void of your soul is your favorite. That's pretty good. I am ready for the big questions here. I've got nothing but time. How many hole a straw have? Oh, I see what you're getting at. Because the easy answer is 2, right? Because that's the simpleton's answer. That's the person who's not thinking. They say it's 2, 1 on each end. But it is in fact a singular, very deep hole. That is the smart person's answer. That was easy. I thought it was gonna be harder than that. All right, let's connect these 2 together real quick. This is fun because we have square. The square goes, that's right, on the square. There's a square hole on the front side of the dance pad that this connects to. Here's a problem. It has 4 holes for screws, and unless they were really cool and hid them, I do not see 4 holes or 4 screws to attach it with. Not that it's actually a problem right now. And then there's 4 here. Are they hidden somewhere in one of the coin compartments? I gotta reopen that top one. Somewhere there must be these 4 screws. Sorry. I threw all these tokens into the token holder. I shouldn't have done that so early. You get a void point, sick. If you punch a hole in a paper, it's just 1 hole, so it's the same for a straw. Well, that depends, right? Is the power plug American? The one that they sent me is. I need to go and look at the power supply and make sure it's set to the, oh, I'm holding it to the fucking, see, like it's got the ground and everything. I need to go double check the power supply in the back. It might have a switch to go between the 2 nationalities. But I mean, on the back side it's American, so I assume it's gonna be fine. Actually, this one is American on this side, so it might just be, I don't see why they would include like a European one from a machine that came from Asia. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about that. But, you know, I'm not too afraid of it. Let's get inside of this thing real quick. Double check. Do you hide anything fun in here for me? Like screws inside of a bag? No? Okay. I mean, that's fair. I should, while I'm here, I should put this back in. And, God, that's loud. Pull out a handful of coins. Slot that bad boy in there. Close that back up. We're real close to the point where I'm going to turn this on. I'm kind of excited. 1, 2, come on, there should be 3, 4. There we go. So, there's 2 colors inside of here. Fuck, I should walk back over there to illustrate. We've got red, and we've got blue. Red is for one pad, blue is for the other pad. Really makes you think, because that's why they were stacked on top of each other. There are wires that actually run between these 2 pads. Did I might have gone through a lot of work to connect them together, and I might have to pull them apart again before I actually play, because now I'm wondering, there might have been cords I needed to connect between these 2 pads that aren't. I think they're connected. That's the best I got. I think they're connected. Yeah, this fucking box. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put these connectors together real quick. It's not gonna be exactly how it should be because I'm missing some screws. Not sure why I'm missing them. They might be just kind of hidden somewhere I haven't looked yet. Or they might not have come with the machine, honestly. Not that it's a big deal, I can just go buy screws, right? Okay, 1 and 2, connected. You can't see what I'm doing, so I'm just saying it out loud. And we've got 3, and this one needs to rotate 180 degrees. Come on, get in there. Oh, don't do this to me. Get in there. Insert into slot. Is slot a hole? Thinking about it, is slot a hole? Probably hole. This is how I talk, by the way, while I'm trying to push this stupid connector in where it doesn't want to go in all the way, and I'm wondering if I'm putting it in backwards, but the holes are lining up correctly. And the thing on top that clips it is right. There it is, in. Woo! Oh, that was a gross sniff. Ooh, that was a gross sniff, and I'm so sorry. I am so very sorry for my bad sniff. My back is to the chat right now, so unfortunately I can't read it. But just know that I am sincerely sorry about my sniff. I will release an apology video later about my bad sniff. Okay, and there. There's some real good content happening over here that you can't see, like hashtag content. Okay, pads are plugged in. We're gonna go ahead and drop the feet. Thank you. I'm also wearing a belt to cover the plumber's crack. Thank you. Batman, I have the sniffles, Batman. We're in close proximity. You might get a little cold. Oh God, this is gonna take a bit. Just gotta, you know, there's 4 of these feet, one on each corner of each pad. And I just have to unscrew it 1/4 screw at a time until it touches the ground. Batman. There we go. One's down. 7 more to go. Let's do it. I can do 2 at a time over here. Can your cleric have a gun? I need to go look at Pathfinder. It's been a bit. Gun use is that like a weapon skill in its own right, or is that part of a weapon skill that a cleric could have? Do they care about weapon skills? I don't actually remember. If you could have a gun, you can have a gun. I know guns exist in Pathfinder. I had somebody who was an artificer in the game I ran in the playtest. And that motherfucker had a gun. And it wasn't as cool as we had hoped, as I recall, which is strange. And I don't remember why it wasn't as cool, but it might have been due to the playtest rules. There are weapon skills, but there are group. I mean, that's how it's in other systems, right? Is it just like martial versus simple or whatever? I don't know. I tend to dislike in game systems, yeah, when they try to get too in depth with the weapon skills, right? Because like in older versions, they'd be like, "Oh, do you know how to use a whip?" like they would get to that granular level, and that sucked. And then they were like, okay, well, we'll split it into 3 systems. It's gonna be simple weapons, like a club or a bat. And then we'll do martial weapons that are like bigger weapons that you'd use in a military, like a sword or a, I don't know, well, no, crossbows are for peasants, like a war bow. And then we'll do exotic ones for weapons that are for weapons that you want to use because they're cool as shit, but we decided that they're weird and we won't make it so you can use them easily. Like a katana, which is basically a sword, but now, no, you need to be exotic. Always a weird distinction to me in those games. Like the Morningstar Axe. Yeah, okay. A Morningstar Axe is kind of weird. There was a video on TikTok, and I think it's just because I've been segregated into a certain bracket of TikTok. But there's videos of a dude who makes weird dual-purpose weapons, like a sword that's also an axe or a sword that's also a hammer. And like by swinging it, like hammerhead moves into the position. So like you swing it one way, it stays a sword, and then you swing it the other way, and then it slides up and it becomes a axe. And that's sick as shit. I keep thinking about it. Clerics get proficiency in simple, the Warpriest domain gets proficiency in martial, and then they get proficiency in the chosen weapon of their god if it's not simple or a martial weapon. So you need to find a gun god. You need to find the god of gun. Then you'd be set. Okay, dance pads, not moving, which is good. Let's get back here. I got this, I got like an extension cord for it, but I don't think I actually need it. Because there's a fuse on this, so that's good. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in. I heard things power on. I heard electricity happen. It didn't explode. If this works, I'm gonna have to go upstairs and turn off the music. I got like volume knobs and stuff, but the big switch doesn't seem to turn it on. This is also not the standard box for a TX, so I don't know. I might have to get back here real quick. Ugh. Sorry, I need to grab this key. Let's just leave that unlocked for now. Oh, I can't pull it out while the key is turned. Get inside of here again while it's live. Yeah. Okay. Well, I now know what that is. Yeah, maybe unplug it real quick. I was gonna pull out made in China power supply. I'm sure that I can figure this out. Where the fuck is the power? Where do I do this? Let's try this one more time. If this doesn't turn on, I'll be sad. I need a flashlight. Ooh, what just fell? I don't see anything back here that's obvious why it's not just turning on. If this stream ends with me not knowing what the fuck just happened, I'll be sad. Alright, let's go ahead and drop that back in. I mean, it's possible I blew the fuse or something. Any of these buttons do anything? Well, let's take a second in the rainbow chair. It is plugged in. It is plugged in. The thing I'm wondering, okay, the power's still on, so it's not that problem. The thing I'm wondering, well, maybe switch things at the fridge real quick. What if it's something simple like that? No? Okay. The thing I'm wondering, as I go to sit in the rainbow chair for a bit, and look at chat again for the first time in a while, is, if I need to fuck around with the power supply in the back or something. Broken sinks, yeah, I might die, like on The Sims. That'd be tragic. It flashed for a second? Is it just something that takes a long time to turn on? And I flipped it back off? I had the full complement. Fuck. And then I went up in the front and I was like, was this doing anything? It might have just been booting. Let's see. Ugh. When I first plugged it in. Did it do anything the second time I plugged it in? Because I wonder if the power supply was set to the wrong power. Okay. So what may have happened is it might be on the wrong setting on the back and the power supply saved it. Hold up. Oh. We need some light back there. Excuse me. Big light? How do I get you back there? You know what I do? Here's what I do. I own this fucking... Oh, you know why it's not doing anything? It's not plugged in right now. It's not plugged in at all. Okay, it's plugged in now. But I also fucked with the switch in the front. If I blew up the fucking power supply because I didn't know I needed to switch it, I'll be a little sad. Let's hold up. Hold up. There's a fuse on the back. I mean... The fuse looks like it's still in shape. Maybe. Let's screw that back in. It's set to 220 volts, 50 or 60 hertz. I need it on 60. But if it's on 50, it wouldn't break it. It would just go, no, we're not gonna do anything because you're on the fucking wrong frequency, idiot. Oh, let's pull this back plate off. Let's rotate this more, maybe. I heard a loud thump. I'm probably right up against the thing. Yep, okay. Let's see here. I need a light. I need a light. I'm not gonna turn into the jerker. It's fine. The jerker's not real. My therapist told me so. Okay. Let's just, move this TV. Let's just move a bunch of shit. Move this dolly in front of the fridge, in front of my Gatorade. And we're just gonna move this light as far as I can and point it at the back so I can read the instructions that are in Chinese. Okay, it is currently on 230 volts. But it does look like it's at the right frequency. This is where being an electrical engineer finally pays off, everybody. Input. I'm seeing the number of volts. Is there like a power switch in here or something? Like, am I missing a switch that I should be switching to play it the first time? That's the Miro. Test service clear. Oh, yeah.
Some batteries. We've got.
Where's my thing? Where is it? Where'd I put it? I need a monitor, a camera. There oh god, I'm so dark right now. Ah! Hold up. Hi. So, while I was looking, I done, the phone died. So, it's gonna probably be a mystery if, hold up. Let's go to a different scene where I'm big. There we go. I like that this is, like, currently keying out a little. Like, I think that's a good look. Hold up, I need to hear what I'm doing. What do you mean my shirt is weird? This is great. This is what shirts are supposed to look like, right? And headphones? There we go. Oh. Thank you. I work hard on my face. I got a request in while I was fucking around. Oh, reveal a secret command actually happened. And so just a sponsor. Licking bars. Fuck off. Licking bars has happened. My shirt is supposed to look like this. So, right now, what is happening is I think I was probably talking and it didn't even come across. I think I need to go and turn around that. I need to maybe replace a fuse. It's on the back, it's fine. And then I need to probably switch a switch on the inside to go to a different voltage. Because I think it was still set to the wrong voltage. So. Oh, those are bottle caps. Those aren't pogs. Totally different. Totally different. God, I can't believe it died. I mean, I can. I was streaming almost 3 hours, so that was admirable on a phone battery. Doing that. So, I think they could be pogs. They could, yeah. Should have been faster. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Well, I mean, it was gonna end anyway, probably, because I don't think I've got a fuse to replace the fuse that appears like it may have blown. I don't know. I guess I'll give people an update later. God, I gotta make my next sponsor licking bars, huh? I gotta do that. Shit. Electricity's not that scary. I use electricity all the time. It's a fine thing. I love electricity. I can't believe you'd say it's scary. I don't think the bit's gonna work right because. Take you for a ride on a slow bus to China. Tell me where in the world is my arcade machine? This is all kinds of broken right now. It's pretty fast though. There's not much of a delay on that. It's at right now the arcade machine's here. So, yeah, this harsh directional light.
I guess I'm gonna continue my arcade journey off stream. But I will update people on how it went. And if it goes well, I might start incorporating after I get a little bit more in shape. Because it's been years since I played that thing seriously. Some garage shenanigans into the other stream. I was already looking at cameras and another computer to handle a proper stream that wouldn't die while I was in there. But I wanted to wait until the machine showed up. And then the machine done showed up immediately. Like, I got a week, like 6 days notice, and then it was here. I didn't expect it. No one could have expected it. It would be ridiculous. I am gonna eat shit. So yeah, I guess... I mean, I will stream some of that. I'm just gonna be embarrassed about it. I need to do it enough, though. Like, here's the thing. Yeah, I love eating shit. Can't get enough of it. Just get it in there. Scoop it up. But I like being able to stream for more than 15 minutes. Like, without dying. And I do feel like that's a limiting thing if I don't have stamina built up again. Nobody can co-op that. Can't do that. Illegal. Against the law. This window is supposed to be over here anyway, so that I'm facing the camera. That's what this entire view is for. I fucked up all my camera shit so I could do this stream. And now all I've got is the cool background. No, nothing to show for it. Okay, I won't tell you what you want. I refuse. I refuse to tell you. So yeah. I am going to close down the stream. I guess. No worries, buddy. Stay tuned, I guess, for future shenaniganry. So many people came out. I'm shocked. I appreciate it. All you heard me doing for an hour was cranking on wood. What the fuck? It wasn't even that exciting. Yeah, you watched it. Imagine. Alright. This direction now. This direction. And I'd rate somebody, but I don't know anybody who streams at this time of night, frankly. It'd be ridiculous. The multi-month saga is maybe concluded. It might just be starting. Who knows? Germa live? Should I raid Germa? I could. Sure, I get sure's. Will the autocomplete? Oh no, it only autocompletes people I follow. I have to actually go to Germa. I know his username, I'm just bad at it. I know it's Germa985. I just wanted to make sure I don't fuck it up. I am a fake Germa fan. Turns out. Anyway. I guess I'll let you know what happens. Go enjoy some Germa, I guess. I don't have a normal shutdown for this because it was an abnormal stream. Later, maybe? Ah! You can learn about intermediate hip-hop for the 10 seconds. Imagine!
Tie me up and you say it's all for the best. I will show you the way. It's not how it's done, at least not for me. 'Cause I need my freedom like I need my air to breathe and die. I need a renegotiation. We need to figure out a way to love like we did before. Like we did before. negotiate.